In this video, I'm going to show you how to add post-purchase product recommendations to your Shopify store in 2025 and beyond. Now, if you don't know what post-purchase page is, this is basically a new page we're going to add between the checkout and the thank you page, where you can display a one-time offer to your customer and they can accept the offer, get charged immediately, and add the product to the order with a single click without having to re-enter payment details. Guys, this is insane. This is the best location and time to display offers to your customers. They're already paid, they already have the credit card in hand, even though they don't really need it. They're already in this buying mentality and mood, and if you're going to display the right offer, they're going to convert. We are seeing post-purchase offers being converted at 20 and 30% easily, and this is your perfect opportunity to increase your average order value because there is zero risk. If you display product recommendations pre-purchase, let's say on the product page or on the cart page or even on the checkout page, when customers get to the point where they actually need to pay, the price is going to be higher, which psychologically is going to be scarier, and they might eventually abandon their checkout. And then you're going to lose the entire order. However, on the post-purchase page, you have zero risk. They can either decline the offer and get redirected to the thank you page without you losing anything, or they can accept your offer and increase your average order value. Now, before we jump into my screen and I'll show you step by step how to get it done, there are a few things you need to know about post-purchase offers. First of all, you are very limited when it comes to design. Shopify doesn't allow us to do anything we want to do on this page. We have a preset UI kit we can use. We can't really customize it beyond that, but we do what we can within this UI kit. Second, not all payment methods are supported. For example, if your customer used PayPal to check out, you can display up to one post-purchase offer to that customer. If your customer used either Stripe or Shopify payments to check out, you can display up to 2 post-purchase offers. And if they used any other payment method, it might not get supported. Now, if you're not sure about your specific payment method, you can comment that in the comment section below and I'll answer if it will work for you or not. And lastly, there are a few extra limitations with post-purchase offers. First of all, it will never apply on free orders. If the order is free, customers are not going to see the post-purchase page. Second, if they use a manual payment method like cash on delivery, it will also not show up. And third, if you're using multi-currency on your stores and customers are checking out with any currency that it is not your default currency, also the post-purchase offers are not going to be displayed. One last thing before we jump into my screen, just make sure to subscribe and like this video so you'll know whenever we release new videos and to give us some love from the YouTube algorithm. Now let's just jump into my screen and I'll show you how to get it done. And as you probably guessed it, in this video we're going to use ReConvert to set up these post-purchase upsell recommendations. ReConvert is an awesome app supporting more than 40,000 active merchants on Shopify with more than 5,000 reviews on the Shopify App Store. In terms of pricing, first of all, there is 30 days free trial, enough, plenty of time for you to get the ROI you're looking for on the app, and we make sure that the pricing is going to fit the size of your store. If you have less than 50 orders per month, the app is going to cost $5 a month, and then it's going to scale with you as you grow while maintaining insanely high positive ROI. In average, we see anywhere between 1,000 to 4,000% ROI, depends on the store. The bigger you are, usually the better ROI you're going to get. All right, now I'm in my Shopify dashboard inside the ReConvert app. Right now, you can see that it's fairly empty. In order to set up my post-purchase product recommendations, I'm just gonna head over to my flow builder. This is where you really customize everything about your offers. Alright, so I'm in my ReConvert Flow Builder. If you want to learn more about the Flow Builder, just click the help video button at the top right corner of the screen. And if you need any help, our live chat support is available for you 24/7 in the bottom right corner of the screen. So you can do a lot of things with ReConvert, but in this video, we're going to focus on the post-purchase page and we're going to focus about product recommendations. So to get started, I'm going to select the page I want to edit on the left. I'm going to start with the first post-purchase offer. Now, after we selected the page, we're going to need to select the condition. Now, I'm not going to dive too deep into conditions in this video, but this is basically what allow you to display different offers to different customers at different time. Can be based on the product they purchased, can be based on the order, the cart value, can be based on if they're repeating customers or not, and a bunch of other conditions. You can check it out later, or I'm going to put a link in the description below to a video explaining about conditions. Now, what I am going to say about conditions is that we add something called the default condition, and this is the offer that is going to be displayed to all customers that don't match any other condition that you set up. And I do recommend optimizing the default condition. You can use our best practices, which are very good, analyzing tens of thousands of stores, but if you want to customize it, you can. But make sure you don't have empty offers. Make sure you don't have any page that is not optimized for maximum AOV. So I'm going to select the default condition in this case. Now I'm going to select the slot that I want. For the post-purchase page, we only have one slot, so again, I'm not going to cover that in that video. Next, I'm going to select the slot, which is the group of widgets that are going to be displayed inside this page. So I'm going to to select this. There's also some additional analytics for this specific slot, and if you want to see it per widgets, it's also going to show up in here. And now that I'm ready, I'm just going to click on edit widget, and that's going to open up the ReConvert offer editor. If you want to learn more about the ReConvert offer editor, just click the help video button at the top right corner of the screen. Check it out later. Now, by default, we just display a simple single product upsell for the customer, but we said that we want to have something different. We want to have product recommendations on this page. So we're going to remove this widget, and now I want to add something new. Now I'm going to click the add widget button at the bottom left corner of the screen, and I'm going to see a list of all the things that I can add to this page. You can add as many as you want, just go crazy. All right, I'm going to start with a text. I'm going to say something in the lines of pick any of these products for 20% off. Let's say that this is what I want to offer. I'm going to make it bold. I'm going to make it big. I'm going to center it. Seems fine. And let's just do this. Okay. So let's say that I want to offer a bunch of products for 20% off. We have the text. Move on. Let's say that I want to make it time sensitive. So I'm going to add a timer, and for the timer settings, I'm just gonna change it to, let's say, I don't know, 7 minutes. Seems enough. You can change a bunch of other things in the design. I'm just gonna keep it as it is. This is not a video about the timers. This is just a general video about recommendation. And now below that, I'm gonna add a divider. You know what? Let's just add another divider actually above that. I think it's gonna maybe above the entire thing. No, below the text. I think it's going to look better. All right. So now that we have the title and the text, let's just add the product recommendations widget. Of course, you can add bundles, upsells. You can add a combination of those if you want. I'm just going to add the product recommendations. By default, it has 4 products. But if you want, you can change that. This is the product recommendations widget. As you can see inside of it, there's multiple blocks. You can drag and drop them. You can play with that. Not a problem. Okay, for the title itself, I'm going to hide it because we already added an external title. For the product section, you can choose either to have a grid like we show right now, or you can have a layout of a list. And between the list, you can choose between these 2 layouts for the upsells. Okay, I think I'm just going to stay with the grid. I think it looks a little bit better. And then you need to pick the number of products per row and how many products in total. So let's say that I want 5 products. This is what it's going to look like. Let's say that I want 6. This is what it's going to look like. Now let's say that I want to have 3 products per row instead of 4. I'm just going to change it like this. And then we have 6 products in 2 lines of 3 products. I can also do that for 2 products per row, and I can also do it 1 product per row. And this is what it's going to look like. Now I think I'm just going to keep it at 3 products per row. I think it looks pretty much okay. Great. For the image and title, I think I'm going to keep it the same. As for the discount, we need to set up a 20% discount. So I'm going to do 20% discount. There are a lot of other things you can do with pricing and discount. Just check it out. Pretty self-explanatory, nothing too complex. As for shipping, I'm just going to do free shipping because it's already added to the order and they probably already paid for shipping. So there's no point in charging for shipping. For the variant picker, I'm going to allow that. And as for the quantity picker, let's say that I just want to remove that because I don't really think we need a quantity picker. They can just take 1 at 20% off. If you want to enable that, that's fine. As for the accept and decline button, I think I'm just going to keep them as they are. I don't see any reason to change them. You can change the way they look, but it seems fine. All right, now let's say that I want to add 1 more widget below that. It can be either a banner or an upsell or a bundle. You can do whatever you want. You can even add another product recommendations widget if you want for 4 products. We can have that. I'm just going to remove that. I don't think we really need it. But let's say that there is one specific product that I really want to offer because I know it works well. So I'm going to add that. For the product itself, I'm going to change the product to a specific product that I know works well for my store. And let's say that for us, it's specifically the ReConvert mug. I'm going to select the ReConvert mug. That's it. Now we said 20%. So let's just give them 20% for that mug as well. And we're going to hit save. Amazing. So now that we are done, all we have to do is just go through the checkout and show you what the offer is going to look like with your post-purchase product recommendations. Now, one last thing you need to check before we actually go to the store and see what the offer is going to look like. And this is something we're going to help you with during onboarding, so you don't really have to worry about it, but you need to make sure that ReConvert is set as your post-purchase app. For this new page that we're going to create, Shopify only allow 1 app to take over, and we want to make sure that this is ReConvert. So we're going to head over to settings, checkout, scroll down to the part where it says post-purchase app and make sure that ReConvert is set. Okay, it's already set, so I don't need to save it, but if it wasn't, I had to select and save it. Now, let's head over to my store and go through checkout. And let's just go for this watch. So we're going to move on to the post-purchase page, and I should have now the title, we should have the timer for 7 minutes, we should have the product recommendations, 6 products, 2 rows of 3 with 20% discount, and below that we should see the product upsell, which is the mug, also at 20% off. Let's just go ahead and see that. And here is my post-purchase page. As you can see, we have here the recommendations, the timer, 20% off on all of it without a way for us to change the quantity, which is exactly what I wanted. Below that, we have the ReConvert mug at 20% off as well. Now let's just say that I want to take up on one of these recommendations, and we already get a watch. So that's it. I'm actually getting another watch. Why not? Doesn't make sense for me, but sure, for the sake of the example. All right, so I'm in my Shopify thank you page. As you can see, the smartwatch was added with 20% discount. I didn't have to re-enter payment details or anything like that as the customer. So that's a pure profit for my store here. Now below that, you can see we have product recommendations and another upsell for the thank you page, but this is for another video. Also, you can set it up with ReConvert. Now, if we head over back to the ReConvert dashboard, now if you refresh the page just like I did now, the analytics are going to update. It can take like a minute for it to update, but you're going to see how many accepted offers, how much revenue was generated, conversion rate, your ROI. In my case, it's infinity because I never paid ReConvert. I'm still on the free trial. Below that, you're going to see page analytics. In this case, we really focused on the post-purchase page, but there are other pages you can optimize with ReConvert. We can see that we had 3 impressions, 1 click, blah, 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 all of that. And below that, we're going to see a latest activity report that's going to show you exactly when, on what order, which customer did what, on what page, and what was the value of that action. All right. So this is what you can see. And also, if you head over to the flow builder now and head over to the post-purchase, select your condition and slot, we're going to see exactly the performance for that specific slot. And you can also see it per widget. If you dive into the slot, we can see that we had 1 impressions for all the widgets, and for the product recommendations, we can see that we had 1 conversion, the revenue for that. And for the second product, the product upsell we added below, we had 1 impressions, but no action. Okay, now this is going to automatically populate as you go. And that's it, guys. You now know how to set up post-purchase product recommendations on your Shopify store in 2025 and beyond. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, comment below, and I'll see you on the next video. Ciao.